Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee alongside Robert Ory, Big Game James Worthy, Mike Trudell, and Allie Clifton are down at the arena. The Lakers' 7-game win streak comes to an end. They get blown out at home by the Phoenix Suns, who were without Devin Booker for the final 3 quarters. And here are some numbers I'm going to give you guys. The Suns hit 17 threes. Fast break points were 28-2. The Lakers turned the ball over 22 times. It turned into 32 Suns points. And that 19-4 run, James, at the end of the second quarter was the final 4 minutes. Lakers had a little bit of a lead, 19-4 run. From that point on, it was all Suns and they dominated.
Yeah, Geet, it's one of those games, you want to say you just want to forget about it. I wish we could forget about it and just go home, too, and not talk about it. But it's one of those situations, as you mentioned, the numbers. We knew that the Phoenix Suns were scrappy without Green, and then this game didn't have Booker for the entire game. Those guys stepped up, and the Lakers just, in addition to the numbers that you gave, they only had 1 steal, 0 blocks, 2 fast break points, and they did not answer the bell. I don't know whether they were just a little tired from last night, but they did not respond and compete with Phoenix in the second quarter. Just when Dillon Brooks got going, that just gave them a lot of inspiration. And then the bench players and the supporting players for Phoenix stepped up as well.
I think it's so hard sometimes to sit behind you, James, because I was going to talk about the steals. I was going to talk about the blocks.
Did you see the number of steals?
1 steal.
16-1?
Yeah, 16-1. 0 blocks, though.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until you just said that.
0 blocks. And for me, that's all signs of energy and effort. You can get a hand in the passing lane. You can move your feet and luck up and walk into a block shot. But there's so many things when you watch this game, how the Lakers just came out and said, okay, we're going to win this game because, you know what, we're on the roll. But if you go back and look at some of the other games they played, there are always mistakes that kind of rear their head in those other games. They kind of get brushed on because you win, but now when you play a team that's a little bit better than all the rest, those little mistakes became huge mistakes. And I think they're lackadaisical with the ball. They say, okay, I can get this ball through here. But you got to think about it. This team, even though nobody's talking about it, it's a scrappy team.
13-7.
Yeah, and now you get ready to go to Toronto. You think this was a scrappy team. Toronto is even scrappier. This is scrappy do. And so you got to hopefully this will help you when you go to Toronto, because you didn't want to go on this road trip on a loss. Because this is a tough road trip, especially when you go to Canada. You got to go through, border control and all that kind of stuff. So now you got to understand, like, man, we got a nasty taste in our mouth. But this is a good thing that you got to say, okay, we got a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And we know what we're going to go to in Toronto, because it's the same thing. We just had it tonight. So hopefully they'll be ready for the Toronto game.
It's rare that Scrappy Doo makes it into a show. That was a real strong reference right there. I'm going to get into the Lakers' schedule in a second, because I do want to give the Suns what they deserve. 16 steals, 22 turnovers by the Lakers led to 32 points. Dillon Brooks had a night. No Devin Booker for 3 of those quarters. We talked a lot about Dillon Brooks in the pregame show, because he's become a scorer for this team. He's counted on to score. He's kind of changed his game a little bit. We knew he was still an agitator. We knew he was still going to talk, especially when he plays the Lakers. He did all of the above tonight, James. He let everyone in the arena know on every single play what he was doing. He was cocky, he was confident, and he had the swagger tonight, and he took it to the Lakers. 33 points, 15 of 26, 2 of 7 from 3, and he was a plus 22 tonight.
Yeah. Look, he's always been a little bit over the edge, a little bit of an intimidator, but I've always liked him. I've always liked his attitude toward the game. Yeah, he bullies a little bit, but Dennis Rodman was similar to that kind of. But this guy plays hard, and he's tough. And I think he's gotten to a point in his career where he's mellowed out a little bit. Not as much as try to intimidate you, but he tries to play hard still. He does play hard, and he's added a lot of offense. I knew he could shoot, kind of inconsistently before, but with he and Booker both scoring like this, he has another dimension that they didn't have. And I don't know if he's going to put up plus 25 or plus 30 every night, but his shooting has really improved. His attitude is still the same.
You said something, Rob. When you're watching a lot of Laker games, you're probably not, if you don't have NBA Pass, you're not watching a lot of Suns, you're not following them. Laker fans were used to Dillon Brooks coming in with Memphis and with Houston and us leaving him open and kind of dogging him and stuff. But he's been a scorer for this Phoenix team. I mean, he had 25 against Denver just a couple of nights ago. He's averaging 21, so you got to give him credit. I mean, he was a scorer tonight, and he knew it, and he can get to his spots, and there just wasn't much resistance, really.
So the one thing I want you, if you know basketball, and you go back and look at Dillon Brooks when he was with other organizations, the key thing there was he didn't have an opportunity to handle the ball a lot. with the Suns, he's able to handle the ball. And most players know, if you ever played this game, if you can play with the rock a little bit, you can get a rhythm. And you've watched tonight, when Devin Booker went out, he had the ball in his hands the majority of the time. So he was able to do what he wanted to do. He was saying, there's nobody on this Lakers team who can guard me. I'm a big body. Because I'm stronger than you. And that goes to show you, like, people don't think these guys in the NBA can score because they don't put up numbers like a Devin Booker, like a Luka. But when they got an opportunity to handle the rock and say, I'm going to do what I want to do at any time, I can score. And this guy, he did this at Oregon. I think people forget this. He was this guy at Oregon where he could score in bunches like this. And for me, it goes to show you that you have to respect every player when they step on the court, especially a guy of this caliber.
I'm glad you said respect everyone that steps on the court, even when you're not following the league as much. Remember, Austin Reeves was undrafted. So was Colin Gillespie. And Colin Gillespie had a career-high 28 tonight, James, with 8 3-pointers.
And, you know, we were forewarned about his ability to shoot the basketball. And I think had he not been on fire as well, the Lakers may have had a better chance. But would you bring Booker and he knocking down numbers? And he had some uncontested threes, too. This guy, he can flat out shoot. And this is what makes this team so tough, is that, you know, they're not well known as, you know, an explosive offensive team. I mean, Booker is, but they're gritty, and guys are ready to answer the call, as did Brooks and Gillespie tonight.
You know what I liked about all the Gillespie shots? Is that they were created for him. You think about it. Most guys who score points like this, they putting the ball on the floor. This was Klay Thompson type of putting up. You see every play, he was coming off the pick. They said, oh, you hot? We're going to get you the rock. You know, it's not like, oh, I got the rock now, I'm going to try to get mine. They like, oh, we come off this screen, oh, in your position to score. Oh, I'm going to penetrate, make your man draw, I'm going to kick it to you. Because if you watch him, he's not a creator. He's waiting for you to create for him. And he's tonight showed like, yo, you leave me open, I'm going to dot your I.
You know, we got to give love to someone. If you watch our shows like you have over the past 14 years, you get to know everybody's names. Brett's our, you know, jib operator over here. Brian Bergen is our director. He is a Suns fan. We have heckled him for years and years, especially the last few years, because when we're watching the games in the conference rooms, he's watching the Suns on his phone, and nobody cares but him. But he's been talking about Colin Gillespie all year long. He took the night off to go to the game. So you know what? Bergen has his eye. I'm glad he's not here. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him.
He's going to let us know.
He's FaceTiming Be More, our producer, right
He'll
now.
let us know next time.
But he has been pumping him up a lot, and Colin Gillespie came to play tonight. Luka Doncic led the way for the Lakers with 38 points. He's at the podium talking to the media.
Luka, we see some of the things, you know, the turnovers, the fast break points. Where did you notice that the game was going like that, and how did you feel like you got, or why did you feel like you guys weren't able to snap out of it?
Yeah, that was my fault. No way I can have 9 turnovers in the game. So in that second quarter, instead of just, they were giving me the shots instead of shooting the ball, I feel like I was trying to get involved, but there's no way I should have 9 turnovers.
And not to ask you to like go through all 9 of them, but did you feel like they were a result of your decision making, or was there certain Phoenix schemes that were, you know, causing you to cough the ball up?
I feel like definitely it was different defense than other teams. You know, kind of trying to let me go score instead of creating for others. So it was kind of confusing. But like I said, you know, just can't have that.
Luka, ¿hubo algo en particular en la defensa de Phoenix que te sorprendió o que te obligó a ajustar tu juego en este partido?
No, nunca ajustaré mi juego. Juego lo que sé jugar. Han jugado una grandísima defensa hoy y con eso hay que mejorar nosotros.
Luka, you guys have this was the first of a stretch of games against teams that have winning records, that play with similar sort of pace and style. What needs to change, do you feel like, an approach and energy as you guys go down this road trip?
First of all, take care of the ball, obviously, but then just be more physical. I feel like they make a lot of shots too, so we gotta work on that too. So take care of the ball on the offense end and be more physical on the defensive end.
Just looking ahead to Toronto, I know you guys just wrapped up this game, but what stands out to you about the season they've had up to this point?
I don't watch much NBA, sorry. So I know they have a good record. I love the coach they have. I know he has them playing physical, but so we're going to see in the scouting report.
Luka Živa, si danes zjutraj potem uspel gledati
tekmo reprezentance, kako si doživel, pa kako si videl Alena Omića v vlogi kapetana, tvoji pravzaprav vlogi. Hvala.
Ja, super se igrali, veliko boljše kot prvo tekmo, tako da vsak čas sem fantom, vsi so se borili od prvega do zadnjega, tako da mislim, da so si res zaslužili to zmago.
You guys have had stretches in games where you've been disorganized or the ball hasn't popped the right way, and you guys have generally found your way out of it. What did you see early in the third quarter? I mean, you guys came out, I think it was a shot clock violation on the first play. They got a dunk on the second. Like, did it just feel like you guys were reaching for something that you guys could never quite grab tonight?
I think we just tried to share the ball a little bit more, obviously, because a lot of that, how you say, the offenses didn't end in the shot because we had so many turnovers, specifically me. So we're just trying to, I think, get to sharing the ball, trying some new things, but it didn't work out. Thank you.